Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. This past weekend, my wife and I celebrated 29 years of marriage. And it has been a beautiful 29 years. Yes, we've had ups and downs and we've had hard times, like all marriages, because relationships are work. They can be joyful, but they're also sometimes difficult. And the only way it's going to work is if both parties are putting in the effort. So I thought I'd talk about today making relationships last. How do you do that? What does that look like? So let me start by telling you some of the issues that I see in my practice. Some of the people come in with this disconnected relationship where they're just roommates, they're just sharing space. They haven't nurtured the relationship. They haven't put the time and effort into each other. You've heard the expression, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Well, the reason it's greener is because you're not watering your own grass. Often the marriage gets the scraps, whatever is left over at the end of the day, and there's often not a lot left over for people. So that's important, is making a commitment to each other and being focused, making it a priority if you want to stay connected. Second thing is communication. Obviously, communication is an important part of a relationship. Some of the people I see communicate in an unhealthy way, in a destructive way. They blame, they defend, they justify, but they don't communicate with respect and with love. Also, I see people that have conflict, which all marriage has conflict, every marriage has conflict, but where they don't get to the resolution part of the marriage. So they have conflict, but they then disengage. They might lash out at each other. They might shut down, but they don't get to the resolution part of conflict. Couples have lost trust many times in the relationship because of various circumstances, and they have a hard time working through those issues and being able to not only acknowledge responsibility for the mistakes that they've made, but also be able to forgive, let go, and move forward. And one last thing that I find with couples is that they have lost the physical connection, the emotional connection, the intimacy that is required to sustain a marriage. Listen, we are all different. We're all different people, different personalities, different experiences growing up. But we can make it work if we work together as a team. If both parties acknowledge their part of the problem and take ownership for finding the solutions. So let me give you a few ideas about how to make a relationship last. First thing is making it a priority. It needs to be a priority over work, over family and friends, and even over your children. Your marriage needs to be a higher priority. And obviously you need to carve the time out and be intentional about staying together, connecting, going out on a date at least twice a month, and actually having fun together, creating opportunities for fun, for connection. There needs to be a commitment to this relationship where you're both on the same team, working together to make it stronger, healthier. Obviously, communication is part of it, being able to communicate with respect, being able to communicate directly, honestly, openly, and not trying to attack the other person, but instead trying to work through issues and problems that come up. And I can't say enough about this one. Be able to take ownership and responsibility, because we're all part of the problem at some point in time. Apologize. Be able to forgive. And be able to work through conflict. Don't allow conflict to overwhelm you or to disconnect you. Work through it. talk through it, be able to compromise when it comes to conflict. Build back trust. And that's going to require effort and time and energy. And lastly, remember, it's so important to be affectionate with each other, to have intimacy in the marriage, and to enjoy each other, to acknowledge the good in one another. I believe that relationships and marriage are the key to happiness and joy in life. Make the effort and reap the benefits of a healthy and happy marriage. Until next time, Dr. Tony Ferretti, signing out.